What's up, everyone? I'm Jacob here with a team that's very special to me today. Today we're using the mascot, Sandslash, here in Series 12, as we've only got a little bit of time left with this series, but had to get this one in before we're finished with Series 12. Of course, Sandslash, the evolution of Sandshrew, my favorite Pokemon. Gonna go a little bit more in-depth into the team, but if you're just looking for the game that I reference in the title or the thumbnail, probably, you can check the timestamps below. And also, want to give a big shout out to the Absolian, who also made a Sandslash team. I'll have their video linked up here as well too. They did a little bit of a different approach. They used the Sandslash with Swords Dance still next to an Indeedee. That Follow Me could redirect for it, get a Swords Dance set up, and then Tyranitar can come in and just sweep from there. I think it's a really well-constructed team. They made a lot of really great content here in Series 12, going through the Dex Challenge, trying to use all 151 original Pokemon in Series 12. So definitely check them out. I had a lot of inspiration from them making this team, but I want to go in a little bit of a different direction. So, of course, using Sandslash, the goal here is just to be as bulky as possible, allow Sandslash to get set up, whether it's through Swords Dance on its own or through Decorates from Alchemy. So Sandslash, it is shiny, it's in a Beast Ball, I'm really proud of it, but the biggest thing is that it has a 20 speed IV. With an Adamant Nature. And so what that means is that we will underspeed all Incineroars that don't have a minus speed nature by 1 point, at least so that under Trick Room, we're going to move before the opposing Incineroars, and when we do get the Sand set up, if we're outside of Trick Room, we're going to be faster than all base 90s and base 91s. So we'll be outspeeding, a Kyogre, a Groudon, a Landorus, all that good stuff if we get the Sand up, or if we get Trick Room up, we're going to be underspeeding things like Incineroar, Rillaboom, Indeedee, all that good stuff. We've got no shot of outspeeding a Zacian or a Calyrex or Regieleki, but that's fine because we've got 3 Trick Room setters on this team, and they do a really great job of twisting the dimensions and allowing Sandslash to get set up. Of course, that's the primary goal, is to get those Decorate boosts and Swords Dance boosts on Sandslash. That's why we have the Focus Sash, to allow us to live a hit. Can do some really cheeky stuff against a Kyogre lead, where you can just max Rockfall, turn 1, have your Focus Sash activated, be faster than Kyogre next turn, probably still don't even knock it out with a max Quake, because Sandslash really is not terribly strong for this metagame, just a base 100 attack stat, but that's why you get those boosts on it. The rest of the team is there just to set up Trick Room and enable Sandslash. So Incin is really good at the switchability of this team, parting shotting in and out, getting that damage mitigation on the board. The Porygon 2 is just a classic on Trick Room teams, just sits on the field, does a really great job of enabling the rest of the team, whether that's through Eerie Impulses to mitigate some damage, setting up Trick Room, or just being a general nuisance. The Calyrex and Palkia both have Resist Berries to beat Zacian, which is super, super nice, comes in handy. Not in any of the games I played today, but a lot of times in like Best of 1 on the Showdown ladder and things like that. And of course, Alchemy. You've got the Rainbow Swirl there with Decorate. Does such a good job at enabling Sandslash, and you can decorate Palkia and Calyrex-Ice Rider too, I guess. But the Sweet Veil actually comes into play a lot against opposing Amoonguss. It's a huge way to eliminate that threat against Venusaurs, anything that wants to put you to sleep. All in all, I think the team is reasonably solid for what I'm going for. The strategy doesn't always work, and of course, whenever your main damage dealer, you're trying to work through Sandslash, it's not the greatest team in the world, but it's a lot of fun. And so, of course, had a ton of fun in today's battles. Again, they're all on timestamps. You got the rental code on the screen right now. Poke paste in the description below. Leave a like, leave a comment on the video as well. Let me know what your thoughts are on this team if you want to try it out yourself here in the waning days of Series 12. But while you're down there, answer the question of the day as well. With Series 12 ending, what are some of your favorite Pokemon that you've used? Whether it's restricted pairs, memes, things like that. It's gotta be Palkia for me. I've been a big Palkia believer since day one. It won the first big tournament that Victory Road and GG Tour had in January, before the series was even legal, I think. But, since then, I think it's been really underrated. Definitely not underexplored, but I think Palkia just really hasn't gotten, as much of the respect that it deserves. I think Palkia is every bit as good as Kyogre. I know that's a little bit of a hot take, but it does everything Kyogre does and more. You know, it can work well under Trick Room. It can set its own Trick Room. It lives hits like nobody's business. You know, you've got to hit it with a Zacian Play Rough, and even then, it's not guaranteed because you've got things like Incineroar to support it. So I think it's super, super good. But, you know, let me know if you think that I'm, you know, full of crap, if you think that other Pokemon are a little bit better in Series 12 below. And I think that's everything for the introduction. I know I ramble a little bit in these, but again, thank you for clicking on the video. Subscribe if you like what we're doing here, and let's get into it. Alright, first one of the day, and you can definitely tell we are still not quite to Master Ball yet. Really have not played too much at all this month, on card at least, but on the bright side, I don't see any restricted. Sandslash can put in some work. Okay, so how I want to approach this is, who even knows? Yeah, I mean, Calyrex I think is super important here. Calyrex is super good. Palkia is really good. I really like just a Sandslash Palkia lead, I think. Sandslash Palk with Calyrex and maybe Alchemy in the back. Maybe just go top 4 on this one. I would love to have P2 to set up Trick Room and just be disruptive in general. But this is a Sandslash feature, and again, the entire goal of this video is just to get Decorate onto Sandslash and sweep through some stuff. So I think that's the direction we're going to go. Alchemy also, of course, has, what is Aroma Veil, so that could be a potential switch in turn 1 if we do see a Butterfree on the other end, where we just go, you know, max Rockfall into the Butterfree, switch in the Alchemy so that we don't get put to sleep with Sandslash, and then go from there, because really they don't have anything on their team that's that fast. As it is, just Klefki Butterfree. The Klefki is probably just a screens machine, I would think. We do have Palkia that doesn't love it, but man, again, the Beast Ball Shiny Sandslash, super proud of it. I would love to get a Swords Dance up, but they don't have any... They don't have any Intimidate Mons. And if I do get Alchemy in, I have the opportunity to go for some Decorates. Just want to make sure that, yeah, we're 80 stat. Alchemy is, of course, slower. Cool, because I think we're min speed, or not quite min speed. But yeah, we're going to max Rockfall. We're going to switch into Alchemy. I don't want anybody going to sleep, because that Butterfree could really cause some problems, man. Butterfree is just so annoying. But yeah, you also see, of course, the Alchemy the Opportunist, which I think is a fun little mark to get on the guy, as well as that Rainbow Swirl, which I went through a whole rabbit hole of, you know, all the different Alchemy forms on Cerebi and Bulbapedia. And you get the Rainbow Swirl by spinning, I think it's counterclockwise for more than 10 seconds between 7 and 7:59 p.m. local time. It's super, super specific, but man, I think it looks cool. I like it a lot. But yeah, we're going to see that big Sandslash right off the bat. And, you know, I think this is going to be a really good warm-up. Because again, I really have not put in that much time on cart this month. I really cannot stress that enough. As a switcheroo, okay, switcheroo into, they give me an eject button. Okay, so that's what they were going for. But the G-Max Befuddle is not going to do too much. Yeah, we resist that in Alchemy's, like, max special defense on this team. We do get poisoned on Sandslash. That's a bummer, because that means we're not going to have our Focus Sash moving forward. But puts us into a pretty good position where we can just go back out into Palkia and set up Trick Room. Actually, no, because we're going to be faster. We don't need to set up Trick Room. We can just start hitting stuff at this point. The Garchomp is still a little spooky. If they do go Garchomp, I think I do want to set up Trick Room, because yeah, we're going to bring Butterfree. I couldn't tell if that was Sash or if that just got the KO cleanly. It is Sash, but we do have, of course, the Sandstorm. That is the whole point of the team. But, yeah, no, as I was saying, if they do go Garchomp here, which I think is pretty likely that they have it, then I think I can still set up... I definitely do want to set up Trick Room then, because even with Sand, if they're max speed on Garchomp, Sandslash is not going to outspeed that. Which, you know, sacrifices we make for getting super, super specific on the EV spreads. But yeah, so it is the Chomp. Cool Luxury Ball. Shiny is one of the most boring in the world. But yeah, I mean, we can just Quake Klefki and go for Trick Room here. Garchomp, I don't think, should be able to knock us out. This Palkia is very, very defensive. As they're just going to Thunder Wave, go for hacks there. Honestly, I mean, that's probably their best play. But, man, that's such a bummer. As we are faster, so they're not max speed Garchomp. Which is good to know. That's going to do a ton. It is going to pick up the KO, so Sandslash already 2 KOs this video. You love to see that. Get the Spadef boost, doesn't really matter. And we'll see... Because Garchomp shouldn't be able... The Outrage... Okay, perfect. Outrage in doubles battles just randomly targets between the two. And I don't know if that would have even knocked out Palkia if it connected. But either way... Now we're super well set up. The downside is that Sandslash is faster now with the Sand Up than Garchomp. But the Ditto's going to copy Palkia. Ditto's going to copy Palkia. They are likely Choice Scarf. Because we know that the Sash is not there. Sash is on Butterfree. I think I definitely want to target down that Ditto. I like just going Alchemy here, I think. Because Sandslash is the fastest thing in the field, which means we're going to move last. While Trick Room is up, we do have 1 turn of Trick Room. We will have 1 turn of Trick Room without the Sand. If there's Scarf Ditto, we're going to move. Yeah, actually, we'll stay in. Because if there's Scarf Ditto, we're going to be slower. So we're just going to double into that slot. See what their Garchomp wants to do, as our Palkia is going to break through. That's beautiful. Spatial Rend with Ditto's HP stat might just KO, but yeah, we're super bulky. Cannot stress that enough, as they are not, what's it called? They are not Choice Scarf. We see them go in there. The Garchomp Outrage is going to target into the Palkia, though. So Sandslash is going to pick up its 3rd KO already. Absolutely massive. This Pokemon's busted. Yeah, man. Just feels good. Feels good having Sandslash do some stuff. And yes, I know, like, you know, it's not the most competitively focused team that we're playing right now, but, you know, we're running a Sandslash. So we're going to take everything we can get out of that. Yeah. Trick Room up. Just go Calyrex. Clean it up. But you'll love to see Sandslash put in the work. The speed tiers definitely were a little bit tricky there, as they are gonna be with this team whenever I have a fully Trick Room oriented team, but also Sandslash that has the Sand Rush ability. But, you know, feel pretty good about the position right here. With Slash, it really does not matter what we click, so we're gonna go for Sword Dance because it's hype, and Glacial Lance. Because they're still locked into Outrage. We're just going to Glacial Lance pick up this KO. But, you know, on the... I don't think there's ever a way that Garchomp lives that. Single target too, yeah. Okay, perfect. So, pretty clean game 1 there. You got to see the power of Sandslash. And honestly, I mean, probably all downhill from here, but we'll see. So, shout out Dougie421 trainer card number. Just check to see if we can see their team. Yeah. I'm interested. This is one of the few times, too, that I made my team available for opponents to look at. Because I want them to see the Sandslash set. So it's Quick Claw Ditto, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, max HP is the only thing that matters on that Pokemon. We saw the eject button, Choice Band, Garchomp, so just hitting as hard as possible. That's wild. 154. Their max speed, yeah, that, okay. That checks out. I was thinking too, you know, because we're still in like Ultra Ball range. I was like, maybe this Pokemon, you know, some of their mons aren't fully IV'd, but they are, yeah. You see the max attack, max speed. I probably wouldn't have set up Trick Room if I had known that, but oh well. All worked out. So we're just going to go ahead and get on to the second game. Okay, and this one is going to be a little bit more interesting, I think. All in all, though, I think it is still a pretty good matchup for Sandslash. You know, you see the Sun threats there. I think Sandslash can really put in a lot of work. Like, unironically, this is one of the better teams for Slash to face. I'm trying to think, is this the exact same 6 as James Evans's NAIC team? I can't remember if he had the Venusaur there. But either way, you know, classic Calyrex-Shadow Sun stuff. Definitely, let's think. Definitely want to lean Trick Room here. As we do most games, definitely want to bring Alchemy because the Venusaur is a big threat. I do think Sandslash Palkia is another pretty solid lead. They do have the Intimidate Mon, but Palkia really doesn't care about Incin. The only other question is... Well, I have Throat Chop on this, right? Yeah. I was like, I carry Throat Chop on pretty much every Incin. The only other question is, do I want to bring Calyrex or Incineroar? Calyrex is just so strong, and gives me another Trick Room setter. Incin does a really good job dealing with both of their restricteds. But I don't need a way to deal with the restricteds other than the first Pokemon that I picked, because Sandslash is going to just run away with this one. Absolutely. I'm playing with this team a little bit differently too on cart. I noticed it a lot. Like, I feel like in game I play a lot differently than I do on Showdown. I feel like I think through my decisions a lot more in game, but at the same time, like, I make a couple of different mistakes. As they do go Calyrex Incin. Could be Imprison Trick Room. Could be pretty much anything. Astral Barrage, if they're not choice specs, I don't think brings us down to Sash on Sandslash. So that's nice. Definitely want to get Trick Room up here. And, I mean, maybe it's just feeling good after the last game, and thank goodness there's so many entrance abilities here that I get to talk through this whole thing. But maybe it's just because, you know, riding the high from last game. But I'm feeling pretty confident here. I just want to click Swords Dance and Trick Room. They are going to fake out... I mean, the thing is, they probably just want to switch Incin out. Because the super safe play for me is like Rock Slide and Max Geyser the Incineroar. Just eliminate Incin, eliminate a Pokemon that can deal with our Calyrex. But I want to Dynamax Sandslash. So we're going to Swords Dance and we're going to Trick Room. We will see if they fake out Palkia. They do. But we shouldn't take too much from the Astral Barrage. Okay, so they are not quite going to bring us down to Sash. Definitely a little bit of a misplay on my part, as they can just freely click another Astral Barrage. What I want to do here is, because our Sandslash is, you know, again, EV'd precisely to be slower than an Incineroar, which is not always ideal. Benjo's just scratching, he's kicking his collar, got a little bell on it. So what we're gonna do is protect Sandslash. I wasted a lot of time there. And just Geyser into the... We gotta Geyser the Calyrex. Have to deal with that. They're gonna be Focus Sash based on that damage. So the Geyser doesn't do too much. The Max really just lets us live another turn. Probably should have Max Quaked, because we would have been able to take 2 more Astral Barrages. But yeah, just clicked a little bit too quick there. We'll see if we can get anything done in this game. I mean, the goal now, you know, we're moving the goalposts as we go along. Goal now, we're trying to pick up a KO. We're trying to get Sandslash to get a KO as the Astral Barrage goes into the Protect. It's going to do, we're at 190 down to 106. So we already take another, or it's a roll, which is nice. as the Geyser, which should have been a Quake, doesn't even bring them down to a potential Focus Sash. So it looks like a little bulkier kind of Calyrex as the taunt comes out. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Now the question is, do I want to just leave Sandslash out here? The answer is no. I want to keep Sandslash around, but at the same time, it is definitely the least useful member of the team. And so, we're going to protect. We're going to go for the double super early in this one. Do they have any floaties? They do have the Charizard, but they definitely aren't going to want to switch that into the Calyrex's spot. So we're going to go for a Whirlwind, covers for anything. The goal here now is get the double. Huge. Great start. Yeah, so we get the double. Sandslash is going to stick around for what? Who knows? But we're going to at least pick up the KO on the Calyrex. We use our entire max just to get Palkia put down to 25 HP and pick up a single KO. The Incineroar honestly is probably going to just take us out here with like a Throat Chop or a Darkest Lariat. The safer play for them is always Parting Shot. But yeah. So we're going to do that, that's fine. Palkia's not going to stick around long anyway. The goal now is Groudon goes for Precipice Blades, misses. Sandslash gets one attack off. That's what we are playing toward. Yeah, I mean, the game plan for them right now should just be, I would think Groudon in for the Incin. Incin comes back into the other spot, yeah. The thing is that our Palkia is still going to outspeed the Groudon. So we do have that working for us. This should be Incineroar for them. But they could go Charizard and just, go for damage. That does mean that they do have to hit an attack into the Sandslash. Which, that's all I need. I'm pressured, right? Yeah. Okay. Palkia's gonna faint anyway. No need. So yeah, so unless they have like a Fire Punch or Heat Crash or like a 100% accurate move, there is a chance that Sandslash gets an attack off this turn, which is all we ever need. We're going to try to Geyser into the Charizard. It doesn't matter. We're going to Geyser into Groudon, because it does matter if the Charizard either max guards, trying to get super cheeky, or if they target into the Sandslash with Charizard. So we're hopefully we get one attack off this turn is the entire goal. If we don't, game's probably over. Specifically, if we do, actually either one. They could also be Charty, and even if they aren't Charty, then I don't think we KO with a Rock Slide. But they Airstream into the Sandslash. So we were able to do a whole lot this game with the Slash. The question is now, does Groudon hit whatever their attack is? If it's like a Fire Punch or a Heat, if it's a Fire Punch, okay, they do hit Precipice Blades. I was like, if they miss P-Blades, we get the Rain set up, Calyrex has a chance. The Calyrex probably lives a G-Max Wildfire if we're in the rain. Just going through all those scenarios. This one's definitely over. Because there's nothing that our Alchemy is going to be able to do here. But, I mean, we're still going to click Trick Room. We're still going to go for it, just this one more turn, play it out. But, yeah, definitely got a little bit too, not cocky, because, we're still using Sandslash, like, you still got on your, I'm still understanding that there's not much that we're going to be able to do in this matchup. Or not much that we're going to be able to do after the first turn. Because I do still think this is a good matchup for Sandslash. I think I just made a way too aggressive play on turn one. I think, yeah, I think if we don't lead Sandslash, or if we lead Slash, and if we would have clicked a, if we would have gone say Swords Dance and Sandslash, max Palkia, and just Geyser the Instant. I think that puts us in a much better spot. Yes, Sandslash is still going to go down to another Astral Barrage, but we do at least KO the Instant, frees up our Calyrex-Ice Rider a lot more, and then once they do, you know, we'll be able to time it such that their Calyrex is not going to survive long enough to stop our Calyrex from setting up Trick Room, basically. Because I'd be able to 2-hit KO the Calyrex through their either, you know, the bulk that we saw, or, you know, the potential focus Sash they're probably holding. Calyrex would come in at that last turn, be able to set up Trick Room in front of the Groudon as we get the KO on their Calyrex or something like that. And under Trick Room, Calyrex wins this game. Super, super hard. But yeah, just didn't work out that time. That's all good. We're playing for fun. We're playing for making big plays, and sometimes they just don't work out. But get on to that third game. All right, probably the last one of the day, and we are fighting a Hail team, or Dual Weather, really. Because they do have the Kyogre on there as well. You know, that's part of what you love about being an Ultra Ball still, is that you get to see fun stuff like this. Ice types, definitely a little spooky for Sandslash, but we get Trick Room up, could be a lot more fun. Again, I think this is the first Kyogre we're going to see, but so, you know, again, we do outspeed Kyogre, as long as they're not scarfed, under Sand, so that's huge. Definitely want to bring Sandslash in the back on this one. I think P2 is just a super consistent way to set up Trick Room. I think P2 Palkia, they really can't do a ton into. I almost like Calyrex more on lead, because Calyrex is going to be able to just punch holes. But Calyrex actually really doesn't do much into their team, because 5 out of their, now that I look at it, Calyrex, 5 out of their 6 mons resist Ice. So we're going to ignore that. Just fleeting thought. What we are going to do, though, is set up Trick Room with Porygon 2 and Palkia, not max Palkia, let them both faint, that's fine. We'll get Alchemy next to Sandslash, we're going to get the Decorate off this game, and then Sandslash is going to sweep. That's how we're going to win this one. Honestly, I do think that we'll be able to get that done. I think we'll be able to, we'll definitely be able to get Trick Room up. 100% get Trick Room up in this game. And then I think we can probably hard switch an Alchemy on a turn that we expect our Palkia to go down. We can then, yeah, we could like hard switch an Alchemy on a turn we expect Palkia to go down. Then we can get Sandslash in, get our Decorate off. Yeah, just do a bunch of stuff there. I like that a lot. What I don't love is their Calyrex. So I do want to be respectful of the weakness policy. They don't have... I'm worried about a taunt, of course, from the Uxie. I'm worried about Trick Room, like a Trick Room in prison, but I think they want Trick Room more than I do at this point. So what I want to do... They can also just protect Calyrex and set it up with Uxie. But I still think I want to double into the Calyrex, because taunt on Uxie feels kind of likely. So just go like Spatial Rend plus Foul Play into that slot. I would think that gets the KO. They're just going to max. Oh, wow. Okay, they're just going to max. I would think it's the Calyrex, which would be, I'll say it, a little less than ideal. As they're going to be able to get some big damage off. But, yeah, if they're weakness policy, this game might be over real quick. If their weakness policy, we might be done here. As, yeah, that's not going to do too much. It's just a yawn, so they're not going to get Trick Room up. That's very important. That's very big. Hailstorm comes out, shouldn't KO either, but it's going to do a big chunk to Palkia. Yeah, that's a lot. I'll say that's a lot of damage. One thing about me is I know what's a lot of damage. As we're going to Foul Play, it goes into the Cali, as we do see a weakness policy. Okay. We do see a weakness policy. I like I'm definitely attacking with P2 this turn. The question is, will a Foul Play KO Calyrex from this range? Based on that last damage, I don't think so. So I think I still, if I want to get the KO, I think I still have to double into Calyrex this turn. But I don't want Porygon going to sleep. So we're going to Foul Play. Their Calyrex was faster than my Porygon. So they're not min speed. We're going to go Alchemy so that P2 doesn't go to sleep. And potentially... Well, if their Calyrex... Oh, their Ally Switch. Oh, that's icky. That's really icky. I don't like that at all. Hailstorm's going to come out at +2. Probably KO's Porygon. Yeah. So not great. not even good. I'll be honest. But... the play here... So we've got Sandslash. Now I'm trying to think if they're going to be faster than Sandslash. If they're max speed Calyrex, or even if they're, yeah, if they're max speed Calyrex, they're going to outspeed Sandslash. Either way, we max guard and decorate. Because decorate does go through max guard. It goes through protect and max guard, which I think is cool. So let's hope that they tunnel vision onto the Sandslash with the Calyrex. Just click max Hailstorm onto it. Yeah, the Dynamax Calyrex turn 1 I did not expect, and it did go kind of crazy. Which is not great. But we are going to get Sandslash Dynamax. Super hoping that they target into the Slash with a max Hailstorm here. The downside to this is that we are going to lose our Focus Sash because of the Hail, which is a little bit of a bummer. They keep clicking Ally Switch. That's the other thing too, is I have to get the Ally Switch right next turn. As they're going to Hailstorm, it goes into Alchemy though. That's going to be bye-bye Alchemy. So that's a really good call on their part to get the right target. But we still have a chance. We've got a Sandslash. We've got a Sandslash without his Focus Sash, a Palkia at 26 HP, and a Dream. And I believe in it. So what we're going to do is they are... Okay. They've clicked Ally Switch the last 2 turns. They've clicked Ally Switch the last 2 turns. Which means that they are not going to click Ally Switch this turn. So I'm going to Rockfall and Spatial Rend. I'm going to Rockfall Uxie, and I'm going to Spatial Rend the Calyrex, because if they don't click Ally Switch, I still have the Spatial Rend crit chance. And Rockfall should be enough to KO Calyrex. As they do not click Ally Switch, so we're going to get this crit. We're going to get the crit. We're not going to get the crit. Hey, I hate to say it. Team, we're not going to get the crit. That's a bummer. Sandslash is faster. But it doesn't really matter because the Glacial Lance is still going to blow up everybody. As that does nothing. So, big bummer. As I just went for Imprison, so like Imprison, Trick Room stuff. Glacial Lance, I was like, I expect that to KO Sandslash. We've already gone pretty long on this one. But we still haven't gotten the Decorate off. I think I'm going to do one more. And just, we're making big plays today. So far, haven't really worked out too well. But we're going to get one. We're going to get a Decorate Sandslash. We're going to get a Sandslash KO against a team that has a couple of restricted Pokemon. So, catch you on that 4th battle, the extra one. Alright, last one, probably, of the day against Bazinga STL. Hope that means St. Louis, because that's rad. I'm from St. Louis originally, so super cool. But this is all Sandslash food, is what I'm seeing in front of me. I see 5 Pokemon. I see 6 Pokemon. Throw Groudon in there too. I see 6 Pokemon that get blown up by Sandslash. 100%, million%. So, the trouble is the Charizard. the trouble here is that they do have a Charizard. What we're going to do is go Instant Palkia with Sandslash and Alchemy. Now you might be saying, Jacob, Calyrex has a great matchup here. You get Trick Room up and Calyrex just sweeps. And I would say, you're 100% right. Thank you so much for your just very insightful, very polite feedback. However, this is a Sandslash video, and I did say that we're gonna get the Decorate strat off here. So we're gonna go, fake out Trick Room, Parting Shot Trick Room turn 1, and then Sandslash is just gonna go crazy on him. And that's the game plan, guys. Is P2 better than Incin? Is P2 better than Incin? Probably. But with Incin, we can Parting Shot. So we're going to do that. P2 also is a roll to live a Gmax Wildfire in the sun. If it's coming off of Blast Burn, if it's coming off of Heat Wave, P2 always lives and then usually faints to the chip afterwards. But Yveltal Charizard is pretty solid, actually. Yveltal Charizard's not bad for us to see here. Because Palkia should live anything that's not a double up. We should take anything that's not a double up here. And they are definitely going to want to at least get some damage down on the Incin. So we're going to Parting Shot into the Yveltal and Trick Room. Parting Shot target there doesn't really matter too much. It's nice because we're going to get it on the Groudon. Yeah, really nice to get the Parting Shot off onto the Groudon here because it limits their damage output. The Charizard, of course, is going to max. Probably go for like a max Airstream into Palkia. And part of the reason, again, why we didn't lead P2 is because that is just Gmax Wildfire food. Again, we'll probably live it, but we just go down a Pokemon immediately. Whereas they can't really click Gmax Wildfire into these 2 Pokemon. Yes, it'll still do like 60% Incineroar because that move is crazy, but they go Airstream into Palkia, live with 1 HP, let's go. Bet you didn't know I snuck 2 Focus Sashes onto this team. Yeah, wow, okay, I was really confident we were going to live that. Thought we'd live it a little bit more comfortably than that, I'm going to be honest. But the important thing is that we get it off. We get the Trick Room up. We Parting Shot. We go into Sandslash immediately. We go expeditiously into the Sandslash. They do get to see the Beast Ball, shiny Sandslash. You love to see it. Palkia gets Trick Room up. With that speed boost, Groudon might still outspeed Sandslash if we get the Sand up. Because what? That would be most Groudon. The slowest ones you're going to see are like 112 speed stat. That's plus then 56. So that hits what? 168? And we're hitting 160? So yeah. So we can really safely go for a max Rockfall into Charizard and just a Spacer in for damage into Groudon. Charizard, I would think probably max guards. Groudon goes for like a Precipice Blades. That's fine because that just means we get Alchemy out next turn and we can go crazy from there. The Groudon, again, because of the Parting Shot at -1 attack, Sandslash already has pretty good natural defensive bulk. And we're max HP and Dynamaxed. The Charizard just isn't going to be Charty Berry, and they're not. Massive. Okay, cool. I was like, yeah, Charizard's just not going to be Charty. We pick up that KO. That's what we were talking about. That's what we're talking about. And the other part of this is even if they miss a Precipice Blades with Groudon this turn, the Sandstorm ensures that our own Palkia goes down, which is actually good for us. As the Spatial Rend is going to go off, Just get a little bit of damage. We'll get to see... Doesn't look like Assault Vest. As the P-Blades misses Sandslash, so we get to keep our Focus Sash. Absolutely cracked. This Pokemon is, you know, triple S tier. Should be absolutely banned from competitive play. It's too good. Far too good. We go to Alchemy. We go to Alchemy the Opportunist. They have Yveltal, that we're going to see right here, which with the Sand Up is probably going to move before Sandslash, but does not matter. Yeah. How do I want to target here? What I think I want to do, because they don't have an Incineroar and their only other flying type is gone, I think I want to max Quake into the Groudon slot. And of course, we're going for the Decorate. Alchemy is the slowest thing on the field. Alchemy is guaranteed to be the slowest thing on the field. If Yveltal protects too, beautiful. I'm so glad I played this one. So glad I added the extra game here, because Alchemy gets the Decorate off. You get to see Sandslash at +2. They don't have an Intimidator in the back. We're getting this Max Quake off. You would not believe how weak Sandslash is. How much we absolutely needed that boost. I played, I made another ult on Showdown, started at the bottom of the ladder. I played against a team, it was, what, Cresselia and something, it was Cresselia and Lapras. And so the Lapras was able to G-Max. They got their, you know, Aurora Veil up. But I was able to, with Swords Dance and Decorate, I got my Sandslash to +6. Let me tell you, Sandslash at +6 attack through the Reflect that you get from the G-Max Resonance from Lapras does like 46% to Cresselia and like 60% to Lapras. It's despicable how weak this Pokemon is. But we have used now 2 turns of our Dynamax, 2 turns of Trick Room left. Sandslash, because of the Sandstorm, is the fastest thing on the field. But because we have our Sash, I'm still really fine attacking here. So we are going to max Rockfall into the Yveltal because they just protected, and absolutely we're getting another Decorate for the road. Both of their Pokemon are going to be faster. Yveltal gets the double. That's a little unfortunate, but with +4 we might... Probably don't KO through it. Honestly, yeah, no. I just went through that whole spiel about how weak Sandslash is. But the Sludge Bomb of the Alchemy, fine by me. As we do live that max special defense, even with the crit. Huge. Yeah, even with the crit, we live. You love to see it. Alchemy right back up. The thing that the Rockfall does do is put the Yveltal in range of a Dazzling Gleam, and through Protect, that does so much. Oh, wow. So that's a weakness policy. That's what we call in the business not ideal. Yeah, that's what we call a pretty bad sitch. But we have a plan for this. We have so many plans, because not only do you get to see the Sandslash pick up 2 KOs already in this game, it's going to pick up the last 2. Not only do you get to see Sandslash go absolutely crazy in this one, not only do you get to see the Decorate go off there into the Sandslash, but you also get to see the fact that we timed the Sandstorm correctly, so we get to protect Sandslash this turn. We get another Decorate for the memes to get to +6. We hit the Protect. The thing I didn't think about actually is that they can just Protect after Trick Room ends, as they go for Sucker Punch, but it fails. Definitely should have Dazzling Gleamed there. But the thing is, we're not going to lose. The thing is, we are simply just not going to... We're simply just going to win, actually, is the whole game plan here. Because, yes, Trick Room ends, but Sandslash now, as I was saying, is the fastest thing in the field. A Sucker Punch from Yveltal is going to hurt, but again, we do have our Focus Sash. So we just have to hit a Rock Slide. We're at +6. I got to get that for the thumbnail, actually. We're at +6, so we should KO both. But just in case, we are going to Mystical Fire into the Venusaur. Yveltal should protect this turn. Oblivion Wing, they're faster? Yeah, they are faster, actually. They're super faster, because if Yveltal is base 99, and I'm only EV to outspeed base 90s under Sand, but we get both KOs anyway, let's go. Yeah, so ignore that. Ignore how I'm bad at math, but don't ignore the fact that Sandslash got all 4 KOs and got to +6 in this game. Absolutely busted, again, triple Ubers, super banned. Thank you so much, Bazinga STL. You know, hope that you're playing from Missouri, and that we got to just show you how we do it here with the Sandslash. Don't get to see their team, a little bit of a bummer, but that's definitely going to wrap it up for this video. Super, super high note to end it on. Let's show you that rental code one more time. All right, there you see it again, the rental code for the Slasher team, featuring the shiny Beast Ball Sandslash that just goes crazy and obliterates Sun. I'm so hyped after that last game. That was so cool. That's honestly everything you can hope for from Sandslash. You know, it is not very fast. It's not terribly strong given the current state of the metagame, but with some decorates, with a Swords Dance, it can get the job done. The Focus Sash, I don't think we got to see it activate here, but really makes those matchups into a Kyogre super, super fun, because you do have the option, you know, turn 1 against a Kyogre, just Dynamax in the face of that Water-type Pokemon, max Rockfall, get faster than at the next turn, and probably still don't knock it out with a Max Quake. But, you know, you get to flex on your opponent a little bit, and that's what the team's all about. It's just having fun, making big plays, clicking buttons, and that's how we're trying to end Series 12 here. Again, do have to kind of kick it into gear here at the end of the month, as I'm trying to get a couple more videos with this team out, but, you know, I just don't think I'm going to be able to top that last battle. That's crazy. But either way, you know, rental code, PokePaste in the description below. Thank you so much for watching through the end of the video. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment. Helps me out a ton. Subscribe if you like what we're doing here. Definitely a very different energy in this video as we're trying to end out Series 12. But also answer the question of the day. With Series 12 ending, as I've talked about a couple of times, what's been your favorite Pokemon that you've used? Your favorite, you know, could be restricted pairs, could be, you know, just kind of meme Pokemon that you've used here. Again, just trying to have a lot of fun here at the end of the series. And if you have any suggestions, you know, want to drop a rental code down below, absolutely. That's what we're here for, is just, you know, sharing good vibes, having a good time. But yeah, that's going to be everything from me. Thank you so much again for watching through, and I'll see you next time.